What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, February 15th of 2024. And guys, it's time for another Final Order Cutoff Speculation and Recommendations video. This is the video where I look at this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. I scour it for any books that I think might have a little bit of speculation on the cover, in the guts, anywhere. I put it all on a plate and then I feed it to you guys. This is your appetizer for this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. The first little taste of what books we might be able to speculate on, so that way you and me, we can start, or at least try, to make this hobby fun itself. But guys, that's not all. No, I also scour this weekend's Final Order Cutoff looking for all the best reads, not just speculations, any books that I think might be really, truly worthy of picking up, because the story is going to be so freaking awesome. And this week, we have a book. Oh my god, it's going to be so good. I cannot wait to pick up this new ongoing series. But that's just going to be a little tease. But guys, that is the intro. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and cover our 3 weekly speculation reminders. If you guys are seasoned speculators, or you guys have seen this video series before, guys, there are timestamps down in the description below. You guys can go ahead and jump forward to any section that, appeases you. But if you guys have not seen this video series before, or you guys are new to speculation, stick around and hear my 3 weekly speculation reminders. And the first one up is the biggest and most important, and that is, you guys have to do your own research. I'm going to present some information to you guys today, but what I need you to do, I need you to go check other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible, so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books. It's not my money, it's your money. And this second reminder that I have for you guys is that there are delays with comic books. So sometimes a book will show up multiple times on Final Order Cutoff, and that is because its release date got moved for one reason or another. Now, the last reminder that I have for you guys is that I record this video on Thursday. That's right, every single Thursday I record this Final Order Cutoff video. But DC Comics, Marvel Comics, and all the independent publishers, they have up until their Final Order Cutoff order deadline dates to add things or take things away from the Final Order Cutoff list. So I highly suggest following these 2 people. There is the Comic Book Frontier. It's a Facebook group. It's linked down in the description below. It's run by my good friend Al, and he updates the Final Order Cutoff list all the way up into the order deadline dates, which we'll get to in just a second. Now, the other place that I highly suggest you guys check out is coverprice.com. They have a great Final Order Cutoff list. Again, both Al's and CoverPrice links are down in the description below. And make sure you guys are checking both of those places before you guys are finalizing your orders for this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. All right, guys, those are my 3 weekly reminders. Let's go ahead and cover what this weekend's Final Order Cutoff order deadline dates are. If you guys are interested in picking up any of the books that I'm going to discuss with you guys in today's video, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by February 18th for your DC, Scout, and Vault books, and February 19th for your Marvel and all the other indie publishers. And just one last quick reminder, the reason why you want to get your pre-orders in by these dates is because you can normally save a discount off the cover price on these books. Every place will have a different discount, up to probably 20%-ish. And if you order on previews, which is even earlier than this, you can get up to a 35% discount, which I love to do. But that is why you want to get your orders in by this weekend, so that way you guys can save that 20%-ish off the cover price of these books. All right, guys, that is this weekend's Final Order Cutoff order deadline dates. Now that that's covered and out of the way, we can move right over to this weekend's Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. The covers on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff are a little juicy, because there are 14 total covers that I found that I think could possibly do well on the secondary market in the future. So let's go ahead and cover these 14 covers. First up is Captain Marvel issue number 6. Now this is the 1:25 ratio variant done by Jeff DeCall. Now why I like this is 1, it's done by Jeff DeCall, and 2, it's a 1:25 for issue number 6 of Captain Marvel. How many stores are actually ordering 25 copies of Captain Marvel? not that many. So I think this cover is going to be rare and it is gorgeous. Next up is Star Wars Jango Fett issue number 1 with the 1:25 ratio variant done by David Marquez. I have no idea who this character is, but this is a Star Wars cover. It's a 1:25. It's a new number 1. And yeah, this is a really great David Marquez cover. So Star Wars fans, guys, let me know down in the comments below if I'm absolutely insane for putting this book on my cover lever picks for this weekend's final order cutoff, or if that's a good pick. Because you know what? I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, and I could use your guys' help. Next up is Star Wars Jango Fett issue number 1 with the 1:100 virgin ratio variant done by Derek Chu. I think Derek Chu does so much better when he does like men that have masks on. Like all of his women seem to have the same faces, but man, this cover right here is like one of my favorite Derek Chu covers like ever. It's absolutely badass. What do you guys think? Do you like his women more than his men? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. All right, guys, next up is Star Wars The High Republic issue number 5 with the Women's History Month variant done by Betsy Cola. I'm a big fan of Betsy Cola, and this has Ahsoka on the front. I think Ahsoka fans could really like it. There's nothing really in the guts, I don't think. So this is purely a cover buy, and it's just a great Ahsoka cover, in my opinion. Guys, next up is Vengeance of the Moon Knight, issue number 3, with the variant cover done by Dyke Rowan. I don't know how I didn't catch this when I was putting my list together or when I was shooting this video, but I had a different name down for the artist that did the cover, but this is obviously a Dyke Rowan cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. There is a trade dress and there is a 1:100 virgin variant for this cover, but this is a pure cover buy. There is nothing in the guts of this book. But there's also another cover for Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue number 3, but it is the 1:25 ratio variant done by Marco Mastrazzo. It's another just really great Moon Knight cover, but I think the previous one is a little better in my opinion. Now guys, next up is a really cool independent title. It is I Heart Skull Crusher issue number 1. Now this is the variant cover, which is the cover B done by Rico. Yeah, this is probably a little bit of a long shot, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta take a gamble on some of these books, and maybe that pays off in the future. But this character just has a like distinct look to it that I've seen on other covers that do well on the secondary market. And if this book picks up a little bit of buzz, I can see this cover doing well in the future. Now guys, next up is X-Men Forever issue number 1 with the 1:100 virgin ratio variant done by Leslie Lyrics Lee. Now I personally do not like this cover, but I've seen so many of this style of artwork do well on the secondary market. It's also an X-Men book. It's a virgin 1:100. It's Mystique. I can see it doing well. I personally don't like it, but just because I don't like it does not mean it's not going to sell well on the secondary market. The guys, next up are some banger covers for the new Deadpool run. This is Deadpool issue number 1 with the 1:100 virgin ratio variant done by Miguel Mercado. So there is something in the guts of this book, which is fantastic. We got a new writer on the book, Cody Ziegler, so that has me personally excited about it because his Miles Morales run is okay, but I'm hoping this Deadpool run is going to be a little bit better. But guys, this cover featuring Deadpool with this gigantic gun is so freaking cool. But there are 2 more covers that I think could do well. This is Deadpool issue number 1, the 1:25 ratio variant done by Ryan Stegman. Stegman fans, I think, are going to love this. I love that it's a 1:25, but what is going to hurt this cover is that Deadpool issue number 1 of a new run is probably going to sell gangbusters, so there's probably going to be lots of copies of this book out there, even the 1:25, but that is a really cool Ryan Stegman cover. I love how the fact that there's just a sword coming out of Deadpool's head. Now, this next cover is fantastic. This is Deadpool issue number 1. Now, this is the foil variant, so it's a foil, and we all love foils right now, but this one is done by In-Huk Lee, and it's really good, like really good. I can see this looking absolutely fantastic in a foil. Now, guys, next up is an awesome independent. This is Napalm Lullaby issue number 1. Now, this is the cover E variant, which is the 1:20 ratio variant done by Jeff DeCall. So good. So good. It's a new number 1. It has an awesome writer on it as Rick Remender, and the artist in the interiors is Bengal. We're going to talk about this book in just a minute. But guys, this is just a fantastic cover. Now, there is one more cover for this book. It's Napalm Lullaby issue number 1, the cover G, which is the 1:40 ratio variant done by Davey Go. Another just fantastic cover, and I think these covers could do well because Rick Remender has just like, you know, such a fan following, and I don't think these covers will do amazing out of the gate, but if this series does really well in the long term, I can see fans wanting to go back and collect these amazing covers. So guys, this is most likely going to be a long-term hold, but guys, 2 great covers for a new #1 from Rick Remender. Now, the final cover that I want to show you guys is Thundercats issue #2, the Cover H foil virgin variant done by Lucio Perillo. Fantastic. Definitely the best cover out of all the covers for issue #2 so far. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of exclusive covers just like issue #1. There was so much hype and so much buzz around issue #1. The print run was insane, like over 180,000 total copies printed. So is this going to be a good spec one? I'm not 100% sure, but this is going to be a little bit more rare because it is the Cover H. It's a foil. It's a virgin. Yeah, it's my favorite so far out of them, even though there is a really cool David Nakayama one, but this one right here so far is my favorite and I think could do the best on the secondary market. But guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. All right. Those are all the cover lover picks. There were quite a few. It's really fun when we get that many amazing covers on Final Order Cutoff. So let's go ahead and move over to the next section, which is our second prints, facsimiles, and beyond. Now, before we dive into these second prints, I want to remind you guys, make sure you guys are keeping up with Cover Price and the comic book frontier throughout the whole entire weekend, because before I started recording this video, I double-checked the websites that I use to make my lists, and they added 4 new second prints. So they continue to add more and more to this list. So just keep an eye on the comic book frontier and coverprice.com. All right, let's go ahead and start off with my facsimile. I only found one, and this is for Amazing Spider-Man issue #254, the facsimile edition. But weirdly enough, I don't think there's anything in the guts. I double-checked Key Collector and a couple of the spots. I couldn't find anything why this would be spec-worthy, but this is a facsimile for issue #254. If there's something I missed, guys, let me know down in the comments below. But let's go ahead and move on to the second prints. First up is Rebel Moon, House of the Blood Axe, issue #2 with the second print variant done by Daniel Warren Johnson. Now, what is interesting about this book is that the first print was the black and white, and the second print is a colored version. Pretty interesting. Next up, Ultimate X-Men issue #1 with the second print variant done by R.B. Silva. I gotta tell you guys, I do not like this cover at all, but it is a second print, and there is so much buzz around the Ultimates. Just keep an eye on this one. You guys might want to pick it up for speculation. Next up, Thundercats issue #1 with the second print variant done by Rob Liefeld. I don't like this cover at all. I'm not a Rob Liefeld fan, and I think with so many copies for issue #1, the first print, I don't think we need a second print of this book at all, but obviously they're going to go back to the well and see if they can make any more money. Now, next up is G.I. Joe, The Real American Hero, issue #303, with the second print variant done by Jacob Edgar. Are you guys reading this series? I tried reading it, and I'm just not a fan of it. I do like Duke, and I do like Cobra Commander, but I can't get into this G.I. Joe run by Larry Hama. Now, next up is One Hand, issue #1 with the second print variant done by Lawrence Campbell. So much buzz around this book. Positive indie buzz, Rom B. And yeah, I didn't pick it up, so I'm probably going to pick up one of these second print variants because I definitely got to get into this book, and I was stupid and I didn't pre-order it. So, but that's on me. That's okay. Next up, G.I. Joe, The Real American Hero, issue #302 with the third print variant done by Francisco Segala. So that's a third print variant, and we have another third print variant. This is for G.I. Joe, The Real American Hero, issue #301, with a cover done by 3 different people. So this is the third print variant done by Eduardo Pencia, Julio Vieira, and Adriano Lucas. I hopefully pronounced their names close to what they really are. But guys, those are the facsimile, or I should say the facsimile, second prints, third prints, and beyond. So we can move right over to the next section, which is the books that actually have a little speculation in the guts. All right, guys, I found 6 books that had a little bit, I'm going to the smallest quotes ever, little bit of speculation, because none of this is really all that exciting in my opinion. But guys, if you think differently, let me know down in the comments below after I go through these 6 titles. First up is Fantastic Four, issue #18. Now, the solicitation teases an all-new S.H.I.E.L.D. starts in this issue right here, which could be really cool, but it's not like it's the first appearance of S.H.I.E.L.D. or anything like that. So, good spec, bad spec? Next up, Spider-Woman issue #5 with the team up with Spider-Boy. The first ever team up with Spider-Boy and Spider-Woman. Good speculation? Maybe? No? Next up, Star Wars Jango Fett, issue number 1, the premiere issue of a new limited series featuring Jango Fett. This is the type of speculation that was on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, which is like, you know, take it or leave it. Now next up is Star Wars Visions Takashi Okazaki, issue number 1, with the origin of Ronin. This is like the 3rd or 4th time this book has been on Final Order Cutoff, so it's possibly coming out, maybe it's not. And is the origin of Ronin actually good speculation? Guys, Star Wars fans, guys, let me know down in the comments below because I have no idea. I just keep putting it on the list because that is speculation. Origin stories are sometimes really good spec. Now next up is Web of Spider-Man, issue number 1. Now this is a one-shot teaser of what stories are planned across multiple Spider-Man titles and events in 2024 and even early 2025. So maybe there's something a little in there that we don't know about yet because we don't have our hands on the book that is actually good speculation, like a first appearance or some kind of first meeting or something. Pretty interesting, possibly. And the final book is the best book to actually really possibly maybe speculate on, and that is Deadpool issue number 1. I don't know why I put 2 fingers up. Issue number 1. Now this has the first appearance of Death Grip, a new villain for Deadpool. So those are the 6 books that had something, I guess you could say, in the guts. Even though really, I really stretched it with Star Wars Jango Fett with the first premiere issue of a new limited series. But I wanted to give you something a little bit more to chew on. All right, guys, we've gone over everything. We've done cover lover picks, second prints and beyond, and the books that had a little something in the guts. Let's go ahead and cover my spec picks of the week. Alright guys, I went through all those cover lover picks, second prints and beyond, the books that had things in the guts one more time. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I truly think this is a great week to save your money. There's nothing on this list that stuck out to me that was like, oh my god, I need to go in heavily on this book because this character or this thing is happening or this cover is just gonna sell like bananas. No, I think all these covers are okay. I think the books that had something in the guts are not worthy of speculating on. And those second prints, I don't know, maybe that X-Men book, but really, truly, I think this is a great week to save your money. Now, if you have money burning a hole in your pocket and you have to spend it or you're gonna lose it, let's go ahead and cover the few things that I think might be worthy of speculating on, and they're definitely going to be long-term holds. So first up is that Captain Marvel issue number 60, 1:25 ratio variant done by Jeff DeCall. And the main reason there, it's a great Jeff DeCall cover, and it's issue number 6 of Captain Marvel. Like I said, when I was discussing this cover, how many stores are ordering 25 copies of this book to get this one cover? I don't think many, so I think this cover could be a little rare. Now next up is that awesome Vengeance of Moon Knight issue number 3, the 1:100 Virgin ratio variant done by Dyke Rowan. I think that cover could possibly do well, but again, that is a long shot because there's nothing really in the guts. And Moon Knight covers, I don't know, they don't really scream, I'm gonna do really well on the secondary market. And going down through this list, I really don't think there's that many covers. A long shot. A true long shot could be that Napalm Lullaby, the 1:20 by Jeff DeCall, or that 1:40 done by Davey Go. Now those two are true long shots. These are independents. Independents usually don't sell super duper well unless the series absolutely blows up. I have no idea if this series is or is not. I know Sacrificers, his last series, is doing kind of okay, but definitely not on the secondary market. I just know people are enjoying the series overall. But guys, that is it. I truly think this is a great week to save your money. Yeah, let's go ahead and move over to the next section, which is my Final Order Cutoff recommendations to read. Alright guys, there was one book on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that like leapt off the page and like jumped onto my lap. It was like, pick me, pick me! And that is Napalm Lullaby issue number 1 from Rick Remender and has art by Bengal. I am really excited for this series. Rick Remender is a fantastic writer. His library of books is so big and it has so many awesome titles in it. How can you not be excited for this book? Especially after reading Sacrificers, and Sacrificers is so freaking good. And that is just like currently in my mind right now. It's the most current read and it's just fantastic. So I'm just so pumped. And there's so many great covers for this book. We're going to get to that in just a second. But guys, let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you. The best-selling creative duo of Rick Remender and Bengal re-team for Napalm Lullaby, an all-new, ongoing dystopian epic with a special double-length first issue. I love it when they do that. A child with unimaginable power is raised to believe he is a god by a cult of zealots, utterly confident in the moral authority of their religion. The magnificent leader has imposed his will on humanity and created an ultimate theocracy. Join them or be cast out to suffer with the masses. That's really all we get. There is some preview pages for issue number 1, but there is no text on screen or word bubbles on screen, so it's just the images. You kind of have to guess what's going on, but it looks fantastic, and it's Rick Remender. It's futuristic, dystopian stuff. I am all in for this. This sounds so freaking incredible, and guys, the variant covers for this are amazing. The cover A is pretty good, but the cover B by Daniel Warren Johnson is absolutely amazing. And then there's the 1 in 10, the 1 in 20, the 1 in 30, the 1 in 40, the 1 in 50, and then the 1 in 60. They're all really, really good, but my favorites, if I'm going to pick one, are the David Warren Johnson and the Jeff DeCall. And I'm probably going to try to score both of them, and I probably will get both of them because, you know, cover B is open order, and that 1 in 20 isn't that bad. Even if I have to pay the full price of $20 for it, I will happily do that. But guys, don't sleep on that 1 in 40, Davey Go. All right, guys, that is the new number 1 that I'm truly, really, really excited about. I hope you guys are excited now, too, that you know about this book. If you didn't know about this book, and if you did know about this book, and I just brought this to attention and now you are excited, guys, let me know down in the comments below. And if you are excited, don't forget to tell your local LCS that you are, so that way they can secure a copy for you guys. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this video up with my new comic book cover lover picks for speculation for next week's new comic book day, which is February 21st of 2024. Alright guys, there are some absolute bangers coming out on next week's new comic book day, and I just like to get this information in front of you one more time to make sure you guys are locked and loaded for next week's new comic book day for speculation. So the first cover up is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2 with the 1 in 25 ratio variant and the 1 in 100 Virgin ratio variant done by Dyke Ruan. This cover is so good. It is so good. I'm a huge Dyke Ruan fan, and with the popularity of issue number 1, I'm sure that popularity is going to roll right over into issue number 2. These are going to fly off the shelves, so guys, keep an eye out for that. Maybe reach out to your local LCS now if you haven't already asked about this cover, because this cover is so good. Now guys, next up is The Incredible Hulk issue number 9 with the 1 in 50 Virgin ratio variant done by Greg Capullo. The Hulk, Greg Capullo, 1 in 50 Virgin. It just sounds like a recipe for a nice spec book, or I should say, nice cover spec book. Now guys, next up is a really cool one. This is Spawn 350, the 1 per store Todd McFarlane signed retailer appreciation variant by Todd McFarlane. He has signed every single one of these before they went out to the shop, so they're pre-signed, so you can't get this, at least I don't think you can get this unsigned, and it's just a really cool thing for Todd McFarlane to do, in my opinion, for issue number 350. That is super duper cool. Now guys, next up might be my favorite cover or the one after that, but guys, this next one up is Green Lantern War Journal issue number 60, cover B variant done by Raza. This right here is a fantastic cover by Raza featuring John Stewart. It's amazing. It is so great. It's open order, but now we are on issue number 6. So how many stores are ordering lots of copies of either cover A or cover B at this point? Especially of Green Lantern War Journal. It's not the main Green Lantern one. So guys, keep an eye out for this. I already pre-ordered myself a couple copies when it was on previews. I saw this. I was like, I gotta have it. But guys, this is one to hold on to in the future because I have a feeling this cover is going to do super well. Well, I shouldn't say super well. Do well. Now guys, this next 2 covers are both for Edge of Spider-Verse issue number 1. Now one thing I want to let you guys know, the first issue is going to be written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. They are fantastic writers, but then they changed the writers in the following issues, which is a real bummer. If they were writing this whole series, I'd be all in because they're so great. But guys, there are 2 covers for this series that are so good. I hope you guys have at least pre-ordered this first one, which is the Scotty Young variant. Now what is really cool, there is a first appearance in this. This has the first appearance of Weapon 8, an alternate reality version of Spider-Man. But if you look at this Scotty Young cover, it is so cool. You got all the coolest spiders. You got Peter Parker, you got Spider-Punk, you got Miles, you got Spider-Gwen, and Cindy Moon. Cindy Moon looks freaking angry and pissed off. It's just such a great cover. I'm gonna try to get more than one copy of this because I really do think this cover is just like fan-freaking-tastic. It's like really good Scotty Young. Now, the next one is a surprising Marvel 1997 variant done by David Nakayama for Edge of Spider-Verse issue number 1. I think a lot of the like Marvel 97 variants haven't been very good in my opinion, but guys, this one right here, this one is pretty good. I like it. And I think this one could do well on the secondary market in the future. But man, really, that Edge of Spider-Verse by Scotty Young is so good. That Raza one for Green Lantern War Journal issue number 6 is so good. And guys, all of them are so good. The Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2, 1 in 25, or the 1 in 100 Virgin by Dyke Ruwan, Greg Capullo on Incredible Hulk. So many great covers. Possibly could do well in the secondary market. Do your own research, and that's going to do it for today's video. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. We are at the end of the video. That's right, you and me, we're both at the end of the video, and this is my time to say thank you. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. Now, before you click off, don't click off just yet. Guys, if you haven't hit that like button just yet, do me a favor. Smash that like button. And next, look down in the description below. Our Discord link is down there. Join this community. It's growing slowly, but I'm having a really good time talking on Discord with everyone. It's a little quiet as of late, but that's probably my own fault. I've been super busy with family stuff and work stuff, so I apologize to everyone who has joined the Discord, but I hope to be a little bit more on there as we go forward. But there's a lot of people that are just talking together about comics, and how cool is that? So like button, Discord, and look down. If you're not subscribed, I just gotta say, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. All right, guys, today is Thursday, February 15th, I think. That's not what it is. I have the thing closed. Yeah, February 15th. I can't even keep track of the days anymore, but it's February 15th. I'll be back tomorrow on Friday, February 16th, with a CGC unboxing. I have 25 books in total. I get a lot of good grades on it. It's half my best friend's books and half my books. We're gonna go over them, and it's gonna be a ton of fun. So make sure you guys are staying tuned tomorrow for that awesome CGC unboxing. You guys have yourself a great rest of your week, a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.